So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are still at it. This is the second volleyball match for the UWI Games 2019. Javon Keys is the name, and with me is the man himself, the great analyst, Mr. O'Shane Grant. And this match is between UWI Mona and the Open Campus, and we're expecting some great competition to take place on the court. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Grant?
It's going to be a very intense game, a very exciting game. I saw the Open Campus team warm up just now, and the 19 that I also saw playing netball earlier. Well, it was on Friday or Thursday. I saw them playing the netball game, and it was a very intense game. And she is swinging from the right side, so I'm expecting for the Open Campus to come with a lot of firepower. The Mona team is also a very good team, with 4 of the players having been a part of the under-23 squad up to last summer that traveled to China. The number 10 that I told you about earlier, whose sister was wearing the 15 from the Cavell campus, she plays for the senior team for Belize. So I'm expecting it to be a very competitive game all around. Just hope that we don't have a lot of errors in this game and we just get free-flowing volleyball. Clean,
All right.
wartime.
All right, so you've heard it from Mr. Grant. Any projections? Any particular projections you want to put out?
Well, I want it to be very competitive, but at the same time, I was the president of the Mona campus, and I'm a student here at the Mona campus. I want it to go Mona way, and I'm rooting for Mona inside, but I'll ensure that the commentary is very balanced and fair.
All right, as you would have heard from the previous match, or as you would have seen from the previous match, St. Augustine would have won 3 sets against Cave Hill. And now it's time for Mona and Open Campus to battle it out. So we are going to get the action on the way in just a few seconds, actually. The linesmen have taken their positions. Referees are instead. And we're going to get the action started. Now, one of the big things that the Open Campus teams, for most of the competition so far, they have been, I don't want to say complaining, but they have been saying that they're at a disadvantage because of the lack of them being together as a team for a prolonged period of time. What say you on that?
It is a disadvantage because most of them wouldn't have known each other. But in truth, in most professional sports now, netball, your persons are playing in Australia, in England, in New Zealand, in professional leagues, and they come together maybe 2 weeks or so before they go into an international tournament. We see it in football every day. People play football all right across Europe. We write in the USA, but you call for national duty and maybe get a week to play together before you go out and play. So outside of not having that cohesiveness, maybe the next thing that comes into mind is that they suffer from is that they might not be active while they're having the off season, which will make it very difficult for them to gel. But if it is that they're playing volleyball outside of the game period itself, then it should be easy for them to fit into it.
All right, so you've heard it there. Mr. Grant is now going to give us the ball-by-ball action on the court.
Chanel to serve. She normally have a good float serve. She serves in the net, and she's very disappointed. So it's even Steven at the moment. It's 1-all. I see that Mona opted not to use the shell in this first set. They have her on the bench, but I was told that she's suffering some injury, so I think they're watching to see whether or not they'll have to put her on. So, and Open Campus cannot allow those errors. You need to serve. You can't give Mona team of that stature 3 points. You need to allow them to fight for every single point that they get. So it's Mona to serve. Renata is the server. She's the second server for the Mona team. So Mona is in rotation 2. So too is Open Campus. She would have played national juniors for Trinidad and Tobago back in 2014. She serves the ball in, but it's not even going to count. We see the second referee, Banga, calling rotational fault. No, it's a very technical sport. You may look in from an untrained eye, you may say, oh, there's nothing wrong, but you're out of rotation. So you can't be ahead of your opposite if you're not supposed to be ahead of the person. Rotational fault.
And you have to be paying keen attention to every single move, every single action on the court.
And that's an ace serve there from Renata. It was shooting outside, but I think communication is what the Open Campus need to have. Just shout out and call it a day and move on. But this game is going to be very, very exciting. Open Campus is going to swing at Mona. Good serve. Nice set. She just pokes that over. Ball set to cross court. And that's the lady they call Sister Erica. She's the captain for the UWI Game contingents, female captain. She's also the captain for the intercollegiate team. Excellent player. She plays on the under 23 national team as well. Good pass. Ball set outside. She pokes it. The referee saying the ball traveled behind the antenna. Excellent serve. Very good pass there. The outside attacker from the open campus is approaching the ball too fast. She needs to step off the court, watch to see where the ball is set, and attack the ball at its peak. She's approaching just too fast. Just fix that, and they should be able to give the Mona team a run for the money. And that's a double. I'm sure the Mona team will be saying to their number 7, Shaniva, that how could you not block that ball? How could you not hit the ball or just pass it up? But those things do happen. They can't afford to lapse nonetheless. This is the 3rd rotation for the open campus team. Mona is in rotation 2. I'm expecting a strong serve, and I'd advise them to serve the position 1 turn out and not the strongest of passers. Just avoid serving to the libero at all costs. Excellent defending. The ball, excellent court work there from the open campus. The only difficulty from the open campus right now is that they need to translate those things into getting the ball across the net. They are defending very beautifully. For Erica to put that ball in cross court and to get the ball so high up in the front court, they need to better and put away the ball. So the defending, the serving, they just need to start scoring. Not a bad pass. So at this moment, the coach maybe just need to shout to them to avoid the ball going to Erica, who's wearing the number 11 for the Mona team, or avoid the ball going directly to the libero. Pressure this left-hand side of the right-hand side of their court. That's where the weakness is on this Mona team. And I hope very soon Open Campus recognize that that is the weak side of their court and start exploiting that side of the court. The game will change.
Right, and we're hoping that they certainly do so, to have a bit more of tact by tact competition taking place. We would have seen the St. Augustine and Cavehill match, and it was a little bit more exciting at this point. Had many players on the edge of their seats many times, but I mean, this is just how competitions are. Some matches are more exciting than others, but I'm expecting this one to hopefully heat up sooner than later.
The Open Campus team is just nerves. They're just nervous, and as soon as the nerves is gone, you can expect it, you can know it for sure that they're going to run at Mona.
All right.
The moment they start putting over those balls on one play, Mona is going to be caught off guard. The moment that they realize that, hey, we can take 1 and 2 points from them, Mona is going to become flustered.
So you've heard the man dissecting the play, telling us what to expect from the actions of each side, dependent on what is executed on the court.
Open Campus just need to play their game, avoid Mona from playing their game, force Mona to play the Open Campus game. The moment they allow them to change their rhythm, they will have a different game.
All right.
But this is a very strong team though. You got to give it to the Mona team. They have been winning Intercall for last 10 years undefeated. It's a very good unit. They won Intercall in March together. And the serve is in the net. And I've seen her play over the past few years from Wolmer's as well. The volleyballer just puts the ball in net, Jada. And her serve needs to improve. Still the same weak serve. Rotation 4. Excellent serve. That's a strong float serve. It's an excellent pass. She has a very strong float serve. Very, very strong float serve. I told her that I was expecting great things from her. No spin on the ball. But you have to admit that even though it's a strong serve, she's serving the ball to the strongest passer on the Mona team. And I've seen two liberos so far from the other teams, and I can tell you that she's the senior libero for the national team. She's an excellent passer. Very small young lady. You wouldn't expect her to be a volleyballer. She can also set the ball. Avoid giving her the ball.
Well, we're hoping that number 19 would recognize that at some point.
But it's a very strong serve. I love her serve. I could do that in my younger days.
And Mr. Grant is not even 30 yet. And he's talking about in his younger days.
Well, the thing is that I started playing the sport from 2003. So I've been playing for a very long time. And I've been playing at the highest level for a very long time. So retirement can come early.
In 2003, I just started primary school. And I'm a student here at UWI. I'm a senior. I wouldn't say I'm senior. But I started primary school in 2003. So look at that age comparison. That's certainly a long time.
Wednesday coming.
Wow. So Mr. Grant showing us how much he certainly must know the sport, being that he's been playing for quite some time. An expert himself.
The score is 13-4. Serves with Mona. Open Campus need to get themselves out of this rotation. Their strongest players in the backcourt. Excellent set. I'm not sure she's looking at where she's hitting the ball. She's hitting the ball side on. If she's going to hit the ball side on, then she needs to ensure that she has a lot of wrist on it and she's coming off the ground. The serve is still with Mona.
And some very powerful instructions being given there by the coach of the Open Campus. Very expressive gentleman he is.
And that was an excellent attack there coming from the Open Campus. It's just a matter that it didn't make connection with the playing area from the Mona team. It's 9 meters they're hitting from. It's 9 meters. The whole thing is 18. You have 9, they have 9. You have to find it within the 9. But you can score without hitting the court, you know. If she was swinging the ball at the court and hit the ball off the finger, they would have gotten to the point. So sometimes you have to see those little things and say, hey, I don't need to hit the court. I can move your fingers. Use the block.
Being strategic and paying keen attention to the plays.
You have to see it.
On the board. Paying keen attention. So this is the second technical timeout happening here. 16-4. The score is in favor of UWI Mona. The KFL campus team certainly regrouping, and the coach giving them some instructions there. We're seeing. Translate what you think he's saying for us, Mr. Grant.
Well, I think he's saying exactly what I said to the young lady that hit the ball in the net and then upside that you need to get an approach, you need to swing high, and need to contact the ball at its highest point, not when the ball is falling out the sky. Jump, get on top of the ball. I used to have this player. He's now in the army. When we just started playing at UWI, he used to have a good serve, good passing, good blocking, but he couldn't spike the ball. So coach used to say to him every single time, reach high and snap. To this day, whenever we see him, we just raise our hand and say, reach high and snap. So she just needs to reach high and snap. And I think they're going to call a lift there on the Mona team for lifting the ball. And that was a good dump coming from the Open Campus setter. It caught the Mona team off guard, and that is the reason why they had to lift the ball. And it's a fault on the play. Number 6 to serve from the Open Campus. Excellent serve there. Now I think that they're figuring out that avoid serving the ball to the bear. Avoid it at all costs. So keep that ball going on the channel of position 5 and 6. Keep it away from position 1 at this moment. And you can hear her hand in the ball. It's another ace. It's another ace. Now I told you about the number 11. The number 11 from the Mona campus. She will swing and score. But before that can happen, she needs to pass. she doesn't love passing the ball. If you don't enjoy passing the ball as an outside attacker, you're in problem. People go and pick on you. And the server from the open campus is doing just that, picking on her.
So there you have it. Some inside knowledge of the team there from Mr. Grant. Fayetteville team certainly.
That's a free ball. The libero is always going to take that. That's a double. And the first official, she's a medical doctor, Dr. Sandrika. She's also the head of the refereeing association here in Jamaica. On the Mona bench, you see the coaches, Dr. Ricardo Chung, have been playing in the national senior team from 1997. And
was born.
He's still very active. He played yesterday as the outside attacker for the UWI club team. And the coach, Mr. O'Neil Banks, he also coaches at Wolmer's, teaches at Wolmer's as well. And he's one of the coaches for the national team. In fact, both gentlemen are the national coaches for the female team.
That's a very experienced gentleman there, stewarding the UWI team.
So at this moment it's 19-7. The serve is with Mona. So it's 19-7. Erica to serve. A good float every now and again. Excellent pass. Sets going outside. Oh, and she crushes it in the base of the net. Now I tell you about that approach. As an outside attacker, you have the dotted lines. Use it as a guide. You're expecting to get the set. Always expect to get the set. You didn't pass the ball, step outside, stand out there and wait. Wait for the ball to come, get the approach, run in, jump and swing. And that's a better swing. A different approach. You must approach the ball. No matter how big you are, your approach is important. And she changed her approach, and that's a kill.
Right. And it's certainly paying off already. The score is 20-8. This is the first set, so if you're just joining us, welcome to our coverage of the second volleyball match in the UWI Games. It's day 4 of action. It's Mona Campus against Open Campus.
I am enjoying the set coming from the Open Campus team, the number 7. She has pretty fingers. When she touches the ball, it's not doubling. She gets dirty passes and she cleans it up. You want that from your setter.
Sounds like you want to create a nickname for her, Pretty Fingers.
Well, and we see the libero from the Mona team with her first digging error for the evening. What goes in Bunny's head at this particular time? I've seen her play juniors at Wolmer's. I've seen her play in the senior team. You serve to her again, she's going to shank the next one.
All right,
she gets in her head very easily.
Keep getting some inside scoop from Mr. Grant, telling us what to expect. I mean, he is the analyst, so that's what he's here for. So Open Campus certainly finding their footing, 10-20 the scores. And I see a very ardent spectator from the Open Campus.
I did say to you that as soon as it is that they get to start having fun, Mona is in problem.
All right, but I want to give a shout out to Esther in the crowd. She has so many fans from Open Campus. Esther with her tambourine. She's been known from the volleyball, from the netball, and basketball matches. So Esther is in the crowd cheering on Open Campus, giving them a vibe.
21 serving 10. They say this young lady have a very strong serve, but I haven't seen much of the females this year. They have started comparing her serve to that of Fiona Binns, who's one of the organizers of this UWI Games. Have a very massive serve. And she cranks it in the net. You could hear her hand in that wall. She's not afraid to swing.
So I know number 22 very personally. We went to high school together. She's 2 years behind me, but a very avid player since high school. And must I add, she went to St. Jago, which is a school known for volleyball actually.
Male volleyball.
Volleyball.
We
I
could
would
argue
say
that
we're known for
Wolmer's.
volleyball overall. Let's just leave it at that. I know that the gentlemen have done very well, but the ladies at one point, they had their fair share of success too.
But the most successful female team is Wolmer's.
And I can't argue with that. Again, the expert would certainly be able to give us those stats.
That's outside from Chanel. If you should look on the unit that is currently on court from the Mona team, the server that just served outside, Chanel, she went to Wolmer's. The 11 also played at Wolmer's. The girl back in the middle, Jada, also played in the Wolmer's team. The libero played in the Wolmer's unit.
So I think we're cementing that women's volleyball. And
we must be Wolmer's a great deal. They keep producing them for us.
I guess I can concede to saying that they are known for doing very well in women's volleyball.
Again, I tell you about that setter. Pretty little fingers. There's a blocking violation there from the 19 from the open campus. And you saw a very good rally there going on just now. Very excellent rally. One would wonder though why the libero from Mona chose to dig set the ball to Erica in the backcourt as opposed to giving the ball to the wing attacker. Renata to serve. And it's game point 22. And she serves the ball in net. And the difference with this Mona team that is serving in it is that when they get the ball to kill, they kill it. As opposed to the Kville team that served in the net and wasn't getting anything to kill. Excellent defending there. And they're defending. That was a good rally to watch. Very good rally to watch. And the open campus team isn't rolling over and playing dead. They're fighting. They're hustling. And in fact, the open campus team, they're a very good serving team. If you realize they're not afraid to swing in the ball and they're putting the ball across net.
And that's important because you were giving some coaching instructions from the first match and you're saying serving is akin to the lotto. Give up the viewers who were just joining us. What's that? It says therapy that
you must serve. And OC is having a vibe. OC is always vibing. I don't think there's another campus with more vibes than OC.
Certainly so. And again, I have to shout out Esther. Esther, has brought the vibe for every single sport that she has been present for with her tambourine and her signature claps. So it's open campus against Mona. Mona has just won the first set. They're now changing sides, changing guards, and it's going to get back on the way now. Open campus has certainly put up a fight so far. It's best of 5. So Mona has one set in the bucket, or should I say the basket. Some people don't like the term bucket, so let me say one set in the basket.
That's 1 of 5.
And we'll see how the game goes.
I just hope Open Campus come up with the same rhythm, the same energy, same vibe that they ended the set on. If they had started the game with that rhythm and that high, we'd still be playing the first set.
Well, it's good that they're going into the next set with this kind of energy. Hopefully it follows through and we have a more balanced score sheet.
I see another of the Jago standout superstars walking in. I'm seeing Mark Blake. Now, a very good volleyballer, very strong middle blocker. He pounds that ball religiously hard every single weekend. And he was playing yesterday in the semifinals as well.
And we could actually bring Mr. Blake into the commentary. We're going to find out from him if you'd be interested in, giving us a few words. So I have 2 experts on my side. So Mr. Grant holding down the fort here. Let's see if Mr. Blake is going to be interested in coming along. So before we go into the next set, though, and I'll see if I can grab Mark, what are you hoping to see more from the Mona side? You gave us a bit of what your expectations are for open campus and what they could change to ensure that they keep up, essentially. But what are you expecting from Mona campus? What could they tweak?
Fix those serving errors. Fix those serving errors. Start running some balls through the middle. So far, most of the sets have been going outside. I guess it's because Erica is on fire. Erica is scoring, so they're using Erica to kill the ball. So I'm not sure at the moment how exactly that is going to go. We do hope, however, that the open campus team really and truly bring the game, and I'm expecting for them to bring the game this afternoon, and they are doing so. They have done so in the second half of the first set. And you can hear the tambourine from the open campus. There may be a tambourine army among us here today, not sure. And there are no changes to the Mona unit. Michelle is still being rested. Schnell to serve. She has been having a very bad serving afternoon. Good serve, good pass. The setter big sets the ball to B. I'm not sure what's happening with the synchronizing of the middle blockers on and the setter. They're not getting that pounding shot from the middle blockers. I see Coach Ricardo Chung laughing on the bench. Must be having fun. And manager Raxon is there as well, laughing. The score is 1-0. Chanel has redeemed her serving errors as she has been displaying this thus far this afternoon. 1 serve, 1 point. She's to serve again. But we're having some technical difficulties. We see that the gymnasium here at the Mona Bowl isn't in its top form, where we have to be pausing to wipe water from the floor. That's a good serve. Erica digs the ball to Chanel. Chanel sets the ball outside. Renata swings. It's blocked. And the line judge, Tafari Tolo, signals that the ball was blocked inside. Point to the open campus.
All right, so 1-1 the scores at the moment. Mr. Blake not quite willing to come and join the commentaries, preferring to stay on the peripherals and watch what's happening. But it's a good thing we have Mr. Grant here to hold the fort, ably providing us with some analytical dissection of the match.
It's my teammate. I know that's what he would have done. If there's one of my teammates who would have just taken the opportunity to come and commit, that would be Tafari Tolo. Majority of my teammates are persons who just rather watch or play.
And I mean, from high school, Mark has been on the more reserved side of things. His brother Matthew, however, would probably be more willing to come and talk. But
the man himself, Matthew Blake, he has stopped playing for the UWI club. He now plays for the Mosa Volleyball club. And as I said to you, open campus is running. Open campus now have a vibe, they now have a rhythm. Can the Mona campus answer?
Let's see. It's now 3-1 the scores on the other side.
And guess what?
So far.
Mona is at home, but open campus is making more noise than them in the yard.
And again, I think open campus from the opening ceremony would have seen open campus coming with a vibe, and that's continuing. It's day 4 of the action here at UWI Games 2019.
Excellent defending. Ball return there. Double. That wasn't going to miss Dr. Young. Two serving 3. Renata to serve. And she flew that one outside. And open campus have the lead.
4-2. Second set in.
How do you stop a visitor from making noise in their own yard?
Well, you should ask open campus.
And then if I am supposed to ask them that, they'll just make more noise.
Precisely, so you should ask them. Or ask Mona campus what they're not doing or what they are.
Remind me of a particular hall on campus.
Which
Preston.
hall? Hall is that?
Preston. They always make noise no matter where they go. Outside. And the pressure is now getting to the Mona team. You can see the frustration. And they're not keeping it internal. They're expressing it after every error.
Well, that could be their downfall. Let's see.
I think they came out here this evening expecting for Open Campus to roll over and play dead and not give them a fight. They weren't expecting for Open Campus to come out here and be ready to play them. And that is what I love about the Open Campus. They know people expecting to take points off them, but they're not just going to give it to you.
And that's great to know. It offers a more fulsome value to the person watching the competition when you have that kind of action taking place as opposed to just a one-sided playoff.
And that's a kill. And the Open Campus continue to chip away with the lead. They just keep chipping and chipping away. You see Tyrone walking.
Yes, sir.
Excellent serve there from the Open Campus. Net violation from the Mona team. I think it's 7-4. Remember what I said to you at the break? If Open Campus comes out with the same rhythm that they ended this first set on, it's a different game.
And already it's panning out to be a different game. 7-4 the scores. Now, we've been talking about how well the Open Campus is doing, and I want to bring in some of the comments from our viewers. We have 45 persons so far tuned in, and Miss Leshmore is making a valid point. The action that we're seeing on the court from Open Campus, though they've not been together for very long playing, they are certainly showing good prowess on the court. And they're saying that if they had more time to practice as a team, it would be even much more of a spectacle taking place on the court. What would you say to that?
Well, it's just for the management of the Open Campus team to find a way to get the team to come together earlier to ensure that we can have our wholesome competition. And you see the frustration continuing to get to the Mona team. And it's the first technical timeout of this set. Now, what is it that you think the Mona coach is going to say to the squad now?
I should ask you that. What do you think he's gonna say to his squad? They're now under. They have one set in their favor, but I mean, Open Campus is now at a lead. So you're saying that he's saying to them that they need to pass the ball.
They need to pass the ball. They need to pass the ball. They need to defend the ball.
But as a player, emotion-wise, where do you think the ladies are at the moment? And that's on the Mona side.
I don't think emotions really drive within the female team. I just think the female team, they're always very happy. They're always smiling and they're always like, all right, ladies, let's pick it up. Let's go. If it was on a male team now, then I could tell you that there are players who would be thumping each other. Who would be saying like, well, pass the ball. Or pass the ball. But it's fun to watch. I'm happy to see the Open Campus performing so well. I know I can look forward to a message from Mr. Howard Brown, who served 2 years as the guild president from the Open Campus. We are still very close as colleague presidents, and he wanted to be here this evening to watch the game, and he said he was going to win the game and laugh at me. So maybe he'll indeed get a chance to laugh at me.
So we'll see how that goes. Some bantering there between the two former guild presidents. Now, what do you think the coach of Open Campus would have said to his team during the technical timeout?
Keep having fun, keep putting the ball across the net, force them to make the errors. And that is exactly what the Open Campus team is doing. They're trying to limit their errors, which they have done so successfully. Give the ball to Mona, let them try and make the errors.
All right, so with that said, the action is back on the court. 8-5 the scores in favor of Open Campus.
The Mona campus gets something to celebrate, and he says to serve. I'm wondering what he's going through, if she's thinking, do I go for my crack off a serve or do I just try and get the ball over there? Is the game at that stage as yet where I need to play it safe, or can I still just unleash? And I think she answers.
That's Miss Anisha Edwards. Alicia Edwards.
She answered. She's going for it.
Good serve there for her.
She's not playing it safe at all. The Open Campus just need to pass the serve. Pass. She's going for it. That's her crack officer.
That's a timeout there.
She has her game face on.
She does. She certainly does.
That was a very smart timeout just now from the open campus coach. Break her momentum, break her rhythm. Force her to take that 40 seconds off the court and come back to the serving line and see if she can maintain that high serve that she had before. Most players coming back to that serving line,
they won't be able to. All right, so let's see. Will Miss Edwards be able to continue that trajectory that she just started? The adrenaline certainly pumping on both sides.
I am certain that the Mona supporters are saying, get back the serve. I'm sure open campus is saying, net serve.
All right.
It's a mind game, you know.
Physical chess.
Will she go for it?
Let's see.
And she did, good set. She spikes the ball in the bottom of the tape. That was a very good pass there from the open campus team and an excellent set there from the setter. I did say to you earlier that I think the number 7 is a very good setter. If I was in the business of recruiting, I'd start recruiting her for the Mona team for next UWI Games.
I'm sure probably one day sooner or later you'll be in the coaching and recruiting realm of things. Who knows?
Well, I'm not sure if my political life will allow for that, but I will certainly not leave the sport when I enter the house. I'll stay around.
A man who wears many hats, Mr. O'Shane Grant.
And she cracks that one outside. And a conversation that was being had before the start of this match by Fiona Binns is that she hears this young lady's service being compared to hers, but she thinks she has raw power, but she doesn't have the control as it. And when Anissa gets the control of that powerful serve, Fiona can consider stop winning trophies for best passer. Excellent pass. She dumps the ball. Excellent dump there. She had options. She could jump and set the ball. She could jump and volley the ball behind her. And she just dumped and dumped the ball. Setters love to do that. That's their chance to score. That is their spike. That is their chance to look good.
Of course, and then at the end of the day, they may be able to get a personal prize to take home to show for it.
Well, 9-11, wartime. 11 serving 9.
9-11, 9-1-1.
Depends on how you read it.
Depending on how you read it.
Excellent block there from the middle blocker. So Chanel in this set have served 3 balls. All 3 have been good serves. Excellent pass. Double. That's the first setting error that I've seen all afternoon from the setter from the open campus team. But I still would recruit her. Chanel to serve. That's a crack off a serve. And the Mona campus have improved in that area. The first set, they had more serving errors. Chanel had a number of serving errors. No, she's serving the ball.
All right, so one of our...
And she just had a serving error and falls to her knees.
So we're going to bring in some of the comments here. One of the viewers, Lee Yui St. Augustine, is saying that the open campus is playing with heart, but Mona is playing very casually. What do you say to that? Would you agree with her? Or him? Or this person?
Excellent serve. Excellent pass. Ball got on the right side. And that's a double. When you're not the setter and the ball comes to you on the second play, if you don't naturally have a strong volley, the thing that you're expecting to do is to dig set the ball. Dig set the ball, play it safe, and just get the ball out there. Those things work nonetheless. Now, in terms of Mona playing casually, maybe when the set just started, however, I don't think that is the case at the moment because they were behind. They had to fight their way back into the game. And now, they have a little cushion going through the second phase of this game. And Renata cranks the ball in the net. Those things won't help the team. So I don't think they're playing casually. I think they're fighting. But it's not, as I said before, it's not a team that is very expressive when they're fighting. They keep it internal. They only say to each other when they're huddled. They don't make those outbursts. It's not their way of fighting. And I love the fact that the open campus is playing with heart. What I don't like, though, is that now that the team isn't doing as they would have wanted for them to do, the crowd is going silent. I still hear that one tambourine, but I want to hear the entire open campus gang again.
And that tambourine player is Miss Esther. We're on the second technical timeout.
The first technical timeout was triggered by the open campus. The second one now is being triggered by the Mona campus. And you saw there a while ago, Erica swinging into the block. But the block wasn't set. She didn't crown her hand. She didn't turn her hands inside the court. So the ball just basically beat off her block and went outside. No, those are things that you want to fix. She's getting up the blocks. She's stopping Erica from bouncing the ball in the court. The next thing to do now is not just stop her from bouncing the ball in the court, but ensure that you block the ball in the court.
So some very instructive comments there by our analyst, Mr. O'Shane Grant. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to our live coverage of the second volleyball game here at the UWI Games 2019. It's open campus against UWI Mona. The score is now in favor of Mona, 16-11. At the moment, we're on the second technical timeout, and that's coming to an end right now. The teams are being asked to return to the court for the action to get back on their way. So, Mr. Grant?
I commented earlier on her serve that has been weak since high school. I hope to see her deliver a good serve here this afternoon. The team has been serving strong. 2 serving errors. Chanel cranking the ball in the net after serving some good serve. Renata cranking the ball in the net. It's her time to show what she can do. And she puts the ball across the net. She gets an ace. And that's how they celebrate it. They go together and they say ace, ace, ace. That's the most you get from the Mona team.
It's a good little sportsmanship there. Every team has their own quirks and perks that they do, their own little vibes up, as we'd say here. So, good seeing that on the court here.
Careful how you're announcing vibes up, and man, you allow the chance rights to hear. They may come down here buzzing.
And Mr. Grant, of course, had to bring in the Chancellor comment, being that he is a Chancellor man himself.
Long live the Lions, but we return to the action in volleyball. We were dethroned by the Towers team.
And the Lions were actually played in the earlier match. The Lions referring to the St. Augustine team there. Lions roaring.
They did roar.
Roaring and this causing some of the Blackbirds to flee.
I'm not sure the Blackbirds would take kindly to that comment. They'll just tell you that they were nesting. But we'll continue. Jada to serve. She served the ball down to position 5. The setter sets the ball behind. There's a spike from position 1. Some persons call it in the seam or from position C. But it goes cranked in the bottom of the net. Jada to serve. She goes again to position 5. Good save there from very casual there from Shaniva. Very, very casual there from Shaniva. They cannot make those errors against a stronger team. Those things cannot work. You cannot give teams free points and give teams a chance to run at you. Very strong server from the open campus. She has a very strong serve. Dealt with there by Bonnie, who delivered a weak serve, who needs to have more faith in her teammates. Allow Renata to pass the ball. She steps in front of her as a libero. You have all right to do so, but if you do so, ensure you nail the pass. That pass was not nailed. Now she nails the pass. Alisa finally gets a chance to pull one of her strong shots, and Chanel must have real faith in her because she gave her the ball before and she rolled the ball across net, and then the ball was defended and she gave it to her again. I thought I could have predicted Chanel just now and should have given the ball to Erica, but she went back to her middle attacker, which says that she has a faith in the team. Excellent set there. Beautiful set. She goes to the B attack. Renata. I tell you about that number 19 from the open campus. She is not just a netballer. She is not just a volleyballer. She's an athlete. She's very athletic. She got to the ball. She returned the ball. It was her teammate's job now to put the ball in the court, and she's doing her job. Excellent serve as well.
My memory serves me correctly. That's Miss Lacey and Reed of Open Campus. Saw her in action on the field yesterday. She did find herself in medal contention with the shot put competition. So very athletic indeed.
And that's the second error from the setter from the Open Campus team. Miss Shaniva to serve again from the Mona team, the number 17. She serves to position 1. Ball was well received by the 19 from the Open Campus, but the second referee, Banga, calls a rotational fault on the Open Campus, which now brings the score of the Mona team to 22. So it's 22 serving 13.
So 1 set down. Mona has that in the basket. Open Campus certainly put up a fight in the earlier sections of this set. They are still putting up a fight, but Mona has
served to position 1.
Better
setter travels across. Erica Bombos cannot double on the first play. She sets the ball to the middle. That's a double. Now, some persons might have been wondering how Mona touched the ball 4 times a while ago and you're only allowed 3 touches. The difficulty is that the block is not counted as a touch. So because Erica attempted to block the ball and it was above the height of the net, it doesn't count as a touch. So they can still touch it 3 times again. So you saw persons in the stands area saying, hey, 4 touches. But the block is not counted as a touch.
So some more analytical knowledge there for us from our expert, Mr. O'Shane Grant.
The score is 23 serving 13. Mona with the lead. Wasn't always with the lead. In fact, our first technical timeout was triggered by the Open Campus. Now, can Mona close out this set and come back ready to play a 3rd set? Will the Open Campus continue to fight through this entire game? It's an excellent afternoon. The atmosphere is good. It's right for playing volleyball. We could play volleyball all afternoon. She serves again to position 1. The setter dig sets the ball to the center of the court. There's a free ball logo over. Chanel's with the ball. She pushed the ball to Erica. Erica dings the ball. There was a free ball coming across the net. Sometimes we refer to that as an ice cream. And that ice cream did not melt on Alicia. She killed it 1 time. Now serves with Mona. 24 serving 13. And I do say that when the statement was made earlier about the air condition at the St. Augustine campus inside the gymnasium, I'm not sure that's the real beauty of it. The real beauty of it is that they have an excellent gymnasium. We wouldn't be in spec and having persons wiping water from the floor. However, we're doing this at Mona campus, the mother campus.
So I think Mr. Grant is trying to make a pitch now for some upgrades to the facilities here at the UWI Mona campus. Nonetheless, it's still a cool day here. I want to give a shout out to our viewers once more. I'm seeing comments from a very special young lady. She represents Jamaica on the national volleyball team. That's Miss Aiko Jones. So Miss Aiko Jones, welcome and thank you for tuning in. She is overseas on scholarship, so we want to give her a special shout out. And she's saying UWI Open Campus is putting up a great fight, making for a great game. But if UWI Mona starts playing their game, they'll definitely start pulling away, which we would have seen. And they are now 2 sets ahead. Open Campus has some work to do.
And Miss Jones is a very strong player. She plays on the right side. She can also set the ball. She made a national senior team from lower 6. She has played in the junior team. She also threw the javelin at champs. So she's
Indeed.
an athlete. She's a very strong athlete. And I will dare tell you, she's a Wilmerian.
I was just about to get to that, to say that I can concede and accept the fact that you said indeed that for women's volleyball, Wilma's certainly is the school, the go-to school. And if Miss Shireen from the Georgia Lane Hall was here, I'm sure she would be able to agree with me too.
She's also a Wilmerian.
She is a Wilmerian, both as a student and as a faculty member, and now she is here at UWI, and she still plays a very active role in working
plays
with
in the club team.
Wilma's team, and she plays for UWI's
club team. She came out of retirement last year to play in the Caribbean Championships for the national team. We were short staffed, and who to go for the veteran.
So big ups there to our viewers.
Don't tell her that I call her a veteran though. She'll probably say that I'm thinking that she's old.
Well, I'm sure Aiko would probably pass on the message to her. You know, they're pretty close family friends there. So not to worry, I'm sure your message might get...
You do seem to support the UWI volleyball team. You seem to know a lot about the internal runnings of the team.
Well, as for me personally, I'm a sportsman generally. And as a media practitioner myself, I have to pay attention to the things happening around. So
you say you're a sportsman. What sport is it you play?
Track and field is my sport, actually. So by the looks of it, and I'm sure probably later you guys will see me on camera, I'm not your average track and field Joe. I don't look like an average track and field Joe, that is, but I was a tracksman from St. Diego days.
Oh, well, that I can say is St. Diego is an excellent track and field school.
Indeed.
They do well in school challenge quizzes.
We did exceptionally in school challenge quiz. So, I mean, I went to St. Diego, and I always talk about my school, always.
One thing the viewers should be made aware of is that here in Jamaica, no matter how old you are, you still rep your school. Every chance you get, you rep your school. Big up Stets, and we'll return to the action now on court. We're going into the third set, and my favorite play of the afternoon is going to be serving. I've seen her getting 2 errors, 2 doubles, and I just hope she can get those things out of the way, continue playing well, continue setting well, and maybe think about making the switch to the Mona campus. But that's just wishful thinking and hopeful want.
So, Mr. Grant here doing some recruitment subtly for the UWI Mona campus. What you say? The next UWI Games, they're going to have a bigger, stronger team based on your recruitment drive, huh? All right, so we're back to the action.
She has option to serve. So, Tichelle is getting her run this afternoon. Now, she is the most expressive player on the Mona team. She will celebrate every point. I know she has an injury nursing, but I hope it doesn't affect her significantly. Chanel to serve. 1 serving nil. And there's a net violation there. Double was the call from Dr. Sanjika Young, our first official, who also played for the UWI team in her years here as a student. Recently stopped playing for the club team. She now plays for Vikings Volleyball Club. 1 serving 1. Serve to position 1. Tichelle to pass. Ball set outside. Excellent run there from the number 6 from the open campus. The only difference that she used 1 arm in returning the ball. My coach would say to us 2 arms, you're there. She got to the ball. I don't think she realized that she actually got to the ball. So she had to know that she was at the ball already. Don't swing, relax, and try and bump the ball back. You have 5 persons waiting on you to give them back that ball to put across in it. Trust your teammates, relax, believe that they're there for you, and the ball will come up.
All right, some more coaching advice there from coach/analyst/player, Mr. Ocean Grant. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're tuned into our coverage here live of the UWI Mona Games. It's the 2nd volleyball match taking place. Javon Keys here being the anchor, while Mr. Grant is the analyst dissecting the play, dissecting what's happening on the court.
Tichelle to serve. She serves the ball in the net. 2, serving 3. That was outside. 4, serving 2. The Open Campus need to keep the serve. They are a good serving team. They don't need to change anything. Keep their original serve. Allow Mona to make the mistakes. And that's a touch. Point to Mona, 5, serving 2. She served the ball down to position 5. The setter did her best there to pancake the ball, but it didn't come up. 6, serving 2. Surprisingly, someone who's not known to have a very strong serve is going to be serving 3 times in a row.
Wonder what could have prompted that decision.
I wonder if it is that she's building confidence and growing in confidence in these games.
Could be. I mean, everybody has to start somewhere.
And this is her 5th serve.
I see your phrase here, Mr. Grant, catching on.
Ball's in.
So the nickname that you would have given the number 7 has certainly caught on. Now, viewers, someone saying here, Pretty Fingers is from Glamorgan. Not quite sure. Oh, that Glamorgan VC. So I'm presuming that's a.
I've played against Glamorgans before.
So that's a club.
Yes.
A volleyball club.
Team
So.
out of Trinidad.
So Glamorgan certainly repping here.
Double.
So that we see number 19 now being given position once more to serve as it was previously. She's known for some powerful serves, so
very good athlete.
we saw earlier.
There you have it. Outside.
Yes, outside of the antenna. So 8-3, first technical timeout there taking place now. And
This time around, triggered by the Mona team.
So we see a switch. Will Open Campus call the second technical timeout? It's very possible. But what do you think the Open Campus has to do to improve the possibility of that happening?
Well, they're not passing. So that's the first thing they need to do. They need to start passing the ball. They pass the ball, they give Pretty Fingers a chance to set. A set goes up, there's a chance to kill. Now, their serve was their strongest area of their game. Now the serve is dropping. So they need to pick up the serve. But it's not the worst thing so far for this set. Their biggest error this far for this set is their passing. So they need to pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. Not every pass needs to be nailed on top of the net to the setter on the forward. Attack line isn't a bad place to put the ball. Give the setter time to get to the ball and distribute the ball. You don't need to force the ball. Relax and play.
All right, more tactical advice there. Advice there from the man himself, O'Shane Grant. Hopefully, some way, somehow, a little fly will bring that advice to the Open Campus team so we can see the play going on. And it's back to the play on courts. Mr. Grant, talk to us.
There's a set. She's hitting from the right-hand side. She crunches that inside the net. The coach is yelling at her, but really and truly it's because of her approach and dipping off the shoulder before finishing her contact. That's definitely going to take moment out of the ball. And there's a service here from Shaniva, the number 17 from the Mona team, that just went right outside. Not from her own doing, but from the Open Campus receiver.
All right, so a timeout there called now. Coach of Open Campus giving some very strong instructions there. Very expressive gentleman he is.
Always. He was the coach of the Open Campus team in 2017 as well. The only team that have different coach this time around is the St. Augustine team. The other coaches are seasoned coaches. They're used to it. They're used to challenging each other. I think they know each other in terms of what the other will do.
And did have good rivalry coming out of that.
Very good rivalry.
Those things make the games exciting. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to the Day 4 action of the UWI Games 2019. And this is the second volleyball match taking place. Shane Grant back with more commentary.
Now I see the Mona men's team getting ready. And that's what I'm telling you about. Don't force it. And it's lobbed across. Set. And that's punished by the outside attacker from the Mona team, Erica. Fully punished there. The entire thing was a build-up from the setter attempting to dump the ball, and it was excellently defended by the Open Campus team. Play back across the net. The libero from the Mona team passed the ball, a perfect ball to the setter, and she said, "All right, Anissa, run big." I thought Anissa was going to get the set, but the ball just went straight outside to Erica, and she killed. Now that's what I'm talking about. The ball is dipping, the ball is coming towards you. As a receiver, you have to watch the flight of the ball and step up and pass the ball, move your legs. The moment you start stretching, you put yourself in problem and you put the team in problem. Excellent pass there from earlier.
Volleyball is indeed a team sport. Every player and their actions count.
Now, you would have recognized a while ago, she volleyed the ball. It started spinning all over the place, but the referee did not call it, as they would have done on the second play, because you cannot double on the first play. So you're allowed to do that on the first play. But were the second play, the third play, you'd have given away the points. But she didn't get the ball to the setter. She didn't get the ball to one of her teammates. Thus, they lost the point. Youthful exuberance there from the setter from the Mona team. She doesn't really spike the ball. Her job is to set the ball. So I think Chanel saw an opportunity there to put her name on the spiking attacking sheet, get some stats in that area. But it wasn't to be. She smacked it flushed outside. The score is 4. I'm not seeing the score from the Mona team, so it's 4 serving 13. Open Campus with a good serve. Chanel to receive. The ball goes outside to Erica. Excellent defending there from the Open Campus team. The set. Again, the fault I'm seeing the coach saying to the attacker to use the ball, but the ball was set below the tape. So she could have dug over the ball, she could have volleyed the ball across the net, or she could have made a lob it across, but really and truly that one was on pretty finger. She needs to give her a better set. And she gives her a better set. Received. Erica to receive. Sets to Tichelle. Net violation there. I think the net is on number 7. Pretty finger. That's her first netting violation. Tichelle not giving us her massive swing that we're used to seeing. But she did get to score. Erica to serve. Excellent passing there from number 19. Excellent passing. The official, I think, is going to call a double on that play. Yes, it's a double. And we are at our second technical timeout.
And that one is still in favor of Mona. So 16-4 the scores at the moment. We are in the third set. And Open Campus certainly at the moment somewhat down but not out. So we're gonna bring it over to the comments to see what's happening. People are your pretty fingers label has certainly caught on, Mr. Grant. Everyone is in a frenzy over the name you would have given to number 7, Pretty Fingers.
Well, she's a good setter, and she's doing her job very well. Her job is to set the ball. She's setting very well, and she's cleaning up some dirty passes that are coming to her. So you see some balls going to her that are spinning all over the place, and when they leave her hand, there's no spin on the ball, which is what you want a setter to do. She have very pretty fingers. It's just for that set to be translated now into kills, so that they can get more points on the board, and all these things count. You don't want Mona to run away. At this moment, they are running away with it. It's becoming a walk in the park for them. if they could just find the momentum they ended the first set with and how they started the second set, then the game can change. I don't want to see an under 10. A passing error there from number 19. It's her first passing error for the evening. She has been playing very well. She has been passing, she has been serving, she has been volleying across the ball. She spiked a few balls. Coach cannot be too hard on her at this moment. She has represented herself well and the team well. And as I said there, she passed the ball. Beautiful. Save there. That's a double. And you realize that the difference in the setters. While Chanel is a national setter that have represented up to the under 23 level and was recently in China, she doubles way more balls than Pretty Finger. But the difference is, even though she doubles less, those balls that she get out there, they are going to be killed. Anissa stopped that one. 19 couldn't defend it. He went to the roof.
So we're having a substitution. Number 17 swapped for number 11. That's on the open campus side of things.
And he's set to serve. Crack off a serve. That's a very tough serve. I heard the Mills saying yesterday that she came to meal training the other day and her serve is very hard to pass and it's challenging them as a man. But I don't take kindly to those sexist statements. She's just a good server.
Irrespective of gender.
Irrespective of her gender. Six serving 19. Pretty Finger to serve. Where will she go? She goes to position 1. She gives the ball to the libero. No. She goes to 11. That's a weak passer. And there's Tichelle. So she have options. Position 6, position 5. She chooses to go to position 5. Tichelle delivers a poor pass. Chanel volleys the ball deep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third set. 2 sets already in favor of Mona, and they're on their way to take this set. Like at 20 points at the moment, but is it too early to call, Mr.
Well, I was just about to say, it seems as if you have called it already. Never stop running. That was a good hustle a while ago. Good swing from her. Kill there from the Mona middle blocker. She did very well a while ago.
So I think it's safe to call at this point. I mean, Open Campus is going to have to do a lot of work to manage to come back at the moment. It's possible. It's very possible, yes.
Well,
but I think I'm
Chanel contributed to the possibility just now. She served the ball in net.
Is my almost calling the match causing Open Campus to get some more fuel to carry on? Let's see. The ball is indeed round.
And she cranks that in the bottom of the net. I remember Caribbean Championships 2017. Jamaica was 13-8. It was the 5th set going to 15 against Barbados. And the game ended 15-13 in favor of Barbados. We dropped out of the quarterfinals. And it's now game point for the Mona team. Rotational fault.
So 24-7 the score is at the moment. 24-7 in favor of Mona.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. You're there, 2 hands on the ball, not 1 hand on the ball. The game ended 25-7. And
So, ladies
Quick
and gentlemen,
order.
that brings us to the end of this match. The scores 25-7. And that's in favor of the team Mona. Of course, we have to display sportsmanship, so we're seeing the teams doing their customary clapping of the hands. And again, it's one Mona, it's one UWI, so it's good to see this kind of sportsmanship taking place once again. This is the second volleyball match in our coverage of the Open Campus. In our coverage of the UWI Games 2019, it's the 31st staging, Mr. Grant. But what's your take on the day's action so far? It's day 4.
Entertaining. I haven't seen any surprises as yet. There was one upset thus far, and it was in female basketball, where KVille was expecting to walk away with the female game against St. Augustine. That went into overtime, and St. Augustine came away with the victory. Now, everything else, it's almost like scripted. The sports that decide who takes the championship haven't really been played as yet. When volleyball comes to an end, that will decide where the championship goes, as it was done for the past few years. Now, swimming, I'm not sure how that ended earlier today, but I know St. Augustine is normally very good in that area as well. Cricket as well, KVille is expecting to defend that. Well, not defend, they lost the title. They also have an excellent male basketball team. They're hoping to regain the trophy, the titles for cricket and basketball. Should they do that, then it makes it it's harder for Mona to retain the championship. But I know Mona have a plan.
All right, so the swimming action is actually going to be taking place tomorrow. So we had no swimming action today, but we had, however, hockey earlier. We had football. Well, we should have football later on. It's pouring outside, though. Not quite sure what's going to happen for that. Lots of rain here at the UWI Mona campus, but indeed good action taking place. Track and field took place yesterday, the only sport that took place actually. So we had from 10 a.m. all the way up to about 6:30 track and field action. So that's it for this game. We're gonna take a break at the moment. I will return at about 6 p.m. for the next volleyball match. These males will contend in the next set of matches. That will actually be Open Campus against Mona. Similar to what we would have just seen here. Are you expecting it to be a similar outcome to what we would have seen from this match?
I'm expecting it to be a very competitive game. On the men's side of things, it's not going to be a rollover. Mona is going to swing the ball, Open Campus is going to swing the ball. And I love that. It's who, if you can swing the ball, ensure you can defend it. So if I can put the ball in your court, ensure that I can stop you from putting it in my court. And I think knowing the Mona team, it's a strong attacking team, not the best passing defensive team. But if it is that they clean up in those areas, then they will have a good game. But if the passing and the defending from the Mona team, Open Campus, the Mona team is not good, then Open Campus have a window in.
And tell us what you're expecting for the matchup again with St. Augustine against KVille, because that will be after that says it start for 8 p.m. So you want to drop these times down to see if you can tune in and catch the coverage. Ensure that you're following us on our social media, the UWI Games 2019. And also ensure that you're following the UWI MonaMedia on YouTube. That's where you want to share the link so your friends can tune in as well. Your family members can tune in. They can catch the action for all the indoor action. So what's your expectation for that match, KVille against St. Augustine?
Well, I don't want to say it's a grudge match, but I know it's going to be probably the most exciting game that has been played in the entire tournament so far.
All right.
St. Augustine defeated KVille at home in 2017, 3-0. KVille defeated St. Augustine at home in 2015, 3-0. It is going to be a battle royal between both of them.
So ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing to mark your schedules, mark your time slots, put it down on a calendar, get your dinner, get your popcorn, get something nice, get your ice cream. It's Sunday evening, and tune into those matches later on. The action is going to be getting underway at 6 and 8 respectively. You don't want to miss it. Ensure that you're tuned in to our coverage here. Javon Keys is the name, our resident analyst, Mr. O'Shane Grant. We'll be back in a few, so stay tuned and all good.
Yeah.